Okay, guys, so for this Friday, you're going to have this graph paper. Now, the graph paper is everything. I want to make sure you use this graph paper the best you can because you're going to have problems that are going to be having to plot points like we did yesterday, and we'll talk about those problems in a second. Again, remember, leg squared plus leg squared equals hypo squared, all right? Write these notes down if you struggle. Remember, you can use this paper on your quiz. Remember, your legs are the ones that are attached to the right angle, all right? The L, all right? And the hypo is the one opposite, okay? Now, on top of that, make sure if you're missing a leg, all right, that means you're eventually going to have to subtract, right? You're going to square these numbers, and then you're going to have to move this over by subtraction. You'd have to move your constant to the right. If you're missing the hypo, you see what you're going to do? You're going to add. All right, so let's put that in your brain. Missing a leg, whatever leg it is, if it's this leg, whatever leg it is, you're going to have to subtract that, right? But if you're missing the hypo, you're adding. And then what do you do at the end? You have to go off the wall. You square root it, okay? All right, let's go ahead and let me just give you a sneak peek of how the test is going to look. So this one's a little bit more formal. I say that because if you look at this, when I hit begin test, every question has its own window. All right, before you would have all your questions here and then all your answer column on the right. It's not like that, okay? And I'm going to just show you pretty straightforward. This is a leg missing, so you would have to subtract. Part of your math would be subtracting. All right, for this one, you actually have to type in a number. Don't type in any letters, just type in the number. All right, as I keep going through this one's pretty self-explanatory as you keep going through what you're going to be doing. All right, look at this one. Now you have to be a detective. You have to look at what's going on here. It wants to know, find the length of the hypotenuse, okay? This is your hypotenuse. We did one just like this on a video yesterday where I plotted 2 points and you had to draw your triangle and solve it. And it says round to the nearest tenth. All right, you can do that. All right, as I keep going through this, easy peasy, missing the hypo, okay? All right, now look at this one. It wants the distance between P and Q, round to the nearest tenth. All right, so what are you gonna do here? If you forgot, you have to create your own triangle, right? And then count the spaces here and here, all right? If you wanted to create your triangle here, you could do that as well, all right? Create your own triangle on your graph. If you want to count it on the screen, you can. If you want to plot these points on your graph paper, you can do that as well, okay? All right, what did I do here? Let's clear the screen. All right, let's keep it going. I want to eventually do one problem that you're going to have help with here. All of this stuff's pretty simple. Okay, look at this one. You're going to see these questions like rectangles or squares. When you do these questions, it's the same problem. Just ignore all this. All of this doesn't matter. Ignore it. None of that matters right here. All right? What really matters here is this triangle right here, right? The one right here. And you got to figure out the diagonal, okay? All right, pretty simple problem. All right, I want to try to find the one that has, let's keep it going. I want you to see all these, okay? Decimal, not a big deal. Round to the nearest tenth. We've been doing that forever. All right, this one, sometimes your answers, be careful on what your answers look like. Again, ignore this triangle. Just focus on this triangle. All right, find the distance between JL, which is the hypotenuse. All right, let's keep it going. Sorry, I got interrupted real quick. Here it says A, it gives you, doesn't give you the B, and the C is right there. So you can do this. All right, this is the one I wanted to talk about. And if we can keep looking at this one, I'm going to draw on this a little bit. I want you to see what it's asking. It says, what is the distance between the pencil sharpener and the door? So the pencil sharpener's here, the door is here. So it wants to know, what is this distance? So what are you going to do? I don't know, Marusik. No, you do know, Marusik. All right, you're going to go here and here. All right, you're going to create that right triangle, and then you're going to count those numbers, And you go, if you wanted to go this way and up, that's fine too, but create your own triangle. We're going to do one of these right now on our warm-up. So we're going to say pencil sharpener to the whiteboard. All right. What's the distance between the pencil sharpener to the whiteboard? What would you do? You're going to count. All right. You're going to make a triangle and you're going to count. I can tell right now the bottom is going to be 2. And this is going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. 2 and 7. I'm making up this problem. This is not the answer for number 14. Remember, it's talking about pencil sharpened to the door. So don't just think, oh, I have a free answer. You do not. All right. So it's 7 and 2. Let me clear my screen and let's go back to my note sheet. 7 and 2. So we made a triangle. It's not to scale here. I'm just going to draw it real quick. This is going to be 7, 2, and we're just going to call that X. All right. Remember what to do? Set it up. Let me get this out of your way too. We're going to go 2 squared plus 7 squared equals X squared. Go ahead and take a second and solve it. Remember your calculator's your best friend on this, okay? So 2 squared, I can get fancy, plus 7 squared, okay? All of that, I can do it this way, right? All of this equal, look what I did. I hit that squared button. You guys use your calculator to help you, all right? Then I'm gonna hit enter and I'm gonna get even fancier. I know I have to, right? Square root both sides. I'm gonna go square root of the answer. Boom, all right? And I get X equals 7.28. What if it said round to the 10th? 7.3. All right, let's do one more. That's the other way. So this way would be if there is a leg or the hypo's missing, right? Let's just do one real quick so you know. What if I do the same kind of triangle, right angle, make sure you know where your legs are, right? Legs and hypo. Then what if I go, this is 12, this is X, and this is 11, all right? Let's go ahead and plug this into our calculator. First of all, let's plug it into the formula too. So it's leg squared, I'm missing a leg, 11 squared, and 12 squared, okay? Let's clear all this. Now, I know 11 times 11 is 121, and 12 times 12 is 144. I would write this work down. If you don't know what to do, I would write this down. 144 minus 121, and I get 23. X squared equals 23. Now, real quick, I did that really fast. If you didn't see that step, I subtracted 121 to both sides. That cancels this out, okay? So now how do I finish it off? Square root both sides. All right. I get the square root of my answer, 4.79, which is going to equal 4.8. All right. Best of luck today. It's 18 questions. You'll be fine. Don't worry. And there's going to be extra credit left for you too if you have time. All right, guys, go for it.